Exciting stuff today. We have all the info of the new releases from Marklin for autumn 2024. Definitely the world's best model maker, I think. It's always great to see what's new from this German manufacturer. We'll be going through the news items here in both HO scale, the tiny Z scale, and the huge Gauge-1. And remember, while we're highlighting Marklin in this video, there's also tricks to consider. If you have a 3-rail or center stud setup, then you'll be looking at the Marklin brand. However, for 2-rail setups, they release all these under the Trix brand. Also, all the locomotives in this video are digital versions, but you can opt for DC versions through the Trix brand too. So all you're about to see here in HO scale as Marklin is also being released under Trix as well. I'll be giving you prices in euros for now, and these will be Marklin's RRP prices. As soon as we hear about UK prices, I'll update on this channel. So with that all said, let's get going. We'll start with HO scale. First, we have some more details about the recently released surprise model of the SNCF Class 141.R locomotive. However, I've already done a news update about this locomotive on this channel, and also mentioned in there about the match coaches for this locomotive, so I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one, and you can find out more about it there. So let's move on. Other steam locomotives released this autumn include this, the Class 064-262 tank engine from the German Federal Railroad. This one is the version with welded water tanks and represents a machine from Epoch 4 around 1970. As is fast becoming common from Marklin, the feature set includes directional LED lights, a smoke generator, automatic couplers, and of course sound. This has an RRP of €419. A very similar tank engine but with a 282 wheel set is this Class 86 steam locomotive, here being presented as number 1360-6 in a specification that the machine was in around 1973. In the German State Railroad livery, this is a newly tooled model, mostly in metal, that has the same kind of features as the Class 064. This one is coming in at an RRP of €449. Now this is a spectacular locomotive model. It's the Bavarian Class S 2-6 Steam Express locomotive in a 444 wheel configuration. Presented in this great green colour, it represents the locomotive as it currently is in the Nuremberg Transport Museum, so a machine of the Royal Bavarian State Railroad from Era 1. This also comes with a special plaque, 125 years of the Nuremberg Transport Museum, 1899 to 2024. This is a limited edition model and certainly looks great in this photo. This one is priced at €569, but is sure to sell out quickly, so be quick if you fancy one of these. Next, it's the famous Flying Scotsman, here presented in NE black colour and number 502. This is representing the loco as it looked in 2015 when it was on display at the National Railway Museum in York. Remember, this is an HO scale model, so different to the usual ones you get from the likes of Hornby in 00 scale. As with the other locos from Marklin, this is mostly all metal and has the same wealth of features, including dynamic smoke generator, lighting, including in the cab and the tender corridor, and sound. This is a new version of this loco, as you could previously get this in green, although this is now sold out with Marklin. If you fancy this version, then the RRP is €599. That's it for the steam locos. We're now on to diesel with the German DB Class 294. This is in the basic red colour from around 2007, but has some really neat features, such as the older running number still ghosted into the side of the cab, just like the prototype. One of the other cool features is that the driver figure is included and turns to face the direction of travel, or when the loco is stopped, he turns to look out the window. Amazing, I've never seen that before, and it's such a great little feature. Other features include digitally controlled couplers, LED directional lighting, and sound fitted as standard. This is priced at €399. There's a lot of talk in the UK about the Acura scale Class 66 in 00 scale, but Marklin produced the Euro 66 in HO scale, and this autumn they're offering it in this Rhine cargo livery. There's some great details on this model, and digital features like the lighting, and this one also has a smoke generator fitted too. A metal body and chassis is normal, and this has a price of €489. Marklin's had a long tradition of producing American locomotives too, and this autumn they're adding this BNSF General Electric ES44AC diesel number 6259. A fantastic livery and a very impressive looking model here. The usual raft of digital features such as lighting, sound and a smoke generator. This is in effect identical to catalogue number 38447, which is the same loco numbered 5736, but if you fancy 6259, then it's the same price at €489. This is a great livery and one that's really complicated. Marklin have pulled it off though, and this is a Class 272 diesel in the AIX rail livery. Another all-metal construction with metal railings on the sides as well. The lighting features on this model include a special setup for running in Belgium, even though this loco in real life is based in Germany. This is bang up to date with this version representing the machine as it looked in March this year. It's coming in at €399. On to electric locos now, and we've been given a view now of the actual model version of the new SBB cargo livery on the Class 193 Siemens Vectron. I reported on the Marklin announcement of this model, but at that time we only had a photo of the recently outshopped real loco, but here the model photo shows off this great looking livery perfectly. Again, the usual set of digital features on this one, and it's another metal chassis and metal body loco. The RRP price is $419. Another Vectron is being added to the range, this time in the Class 383 variant of the CD cargo, and an interesting all-over livery here. Quite unusual and maybe not to everyone's taste, but certainly eye-catching. Again, the same feature set we have seen already and another metal-bodied model. €10 more than the last one here, with this one at €419. Personally, I prefer the SBB cargo one. I know it's also cheaper, makes it doubly better in my mind. However, that said, Marklin's next model is my most favourite electric, the Taurus, and in what I think is the best livery for it, the OBB red with a dark grey lower. This one includes separately added metal handrails, as well as all the usual feature set and a metal body, all this for €399. A much smaller locomotive now in the form of the Swiss Class EE 3-3, tiny shunter with lots of character, and this model features lots of detail and the usual digital features again, including digitally controlled couplers, and represents the machine from around 2005, so Epoch 5. This one comes in at €339. So this is a bit of an oddity. It's a version of the Deutscher Bundesbahn Class VT 92.5 railcar, but it's been offered in this fictional blue livery. This is a limited edition special being offered on September the 27th at the 17th MHI membership meeting. So MHI stands for Marklin Handler Initiative, who are a collective of over 800 specialist dealers across Europe and often has a special model made for them each year. This time, it's this fictitious steel blue version of this model, which comes with a display stand too. It features an operating fan on the roof and extensive different lighting operation options, so quite a niche model and limited edition, but if you want one of these, and you can find a dealer with one, then it comes in at $449. Another oddity, but based on a real machine, is this Deutsche Reichsbahn Henschel designed steam-powered rotary snowplow. This unusual model features working digital lights, sound, and snowplow blade. It also has a smoke unit fitted, and the hatches on the tender can be manually opened if you wish. A very weird looking thing, which does need a locomotive attached to it to actually move. Sales from this model go towards supporting the restoration of the Railway Museum in Schwerin, and I did a fundraiser video for this museum myself when I visited it recently. This video is on my other channel, so I'll leave a link in the description to that, and you can check it out too. You can even see this snowplow in that video. So if you fancy this, then you'll get a quirky model and be helping a good cause, all for €289. On to rolling stock now, and we'll start with wagons. This is the first of two wagon sets. I believe these wagons are not new models from Marklin, but being offered here with new models of farm implements as loads. This set has a 4-axle type RES 686 low-sided wagon and a KS 446 2-axle rotating stake wagon. On these are various farming items which are highly detailed and something a little bit different. Note that the farm equipment models in this set and set 2 are both coming from Viking. Representing wagons from Epoch 4, this set 1 comes in at €129. The second set features a KS 447 2-axle rotating stake wagon and a 4-axle type RES 676 low-sider wagon, and both have hay loading trailers. This set is €10 more at €139. Now we have a pretty basic box wagon in the form of this German State Railroad type GBKL wagon in the early type GI Dresden interchange design, representing Epoch 4 era. Being released this autumn, the wagon has the Stern radio logo on the side. This is very similar to many other versions of this van with similar logos on the side, which have already been released. This is priced pretty much exactly the same as the others at €39.99. Sadly, this doesn't have the option to have sound fitted to it, and maybe it could be playing some of the radio channel. A missed opportunity there, I think, Marklin. Next we have this large set of 6 ZANS tank wagons in the GATX livery. All numbered differently, these feature extensive printing and additional plastic parts added on. Bang up to date, this is Epoch 6 era liveries, and the set comes in at $399 for 6. Another tanker is the VTG chemical tank car, another model with some nice additional plastic parts added to it, and sold singularly at $49.99. Now this is a Swedish type ZACNS tank wagon, and it's also Epoch 6. It features a very bright and eye-catching livery with the green cargo lettering. Some great detail in the underframe of this one. This tanker is priced at $67.99. Also Epoch 6 we have this high-sided gondola type FAS with the SBB cargo livery. This one is priced at $37.99. Next we have this military heavy-duty flat wagon with a Leopard tank load. The tank is made by Schuco and features real metal tracks. Again, Epoch 6, this is available for $79.99. And there's 2 other variations of this, just different running numbers on the wagons. This is a very long wagon, the Danish State Railways type Habens high capacity sliding wall wagon. That's quite a mouthful. This is from Epoch 5 from around 1999 and comes in at €59.99. This is a 3-wagon set of CFL dump wagons from the Luxembourg CFL Railway. They are the type FALS wagons in brown with a great looking weathering effect. All 3 are different and come together as a set for €129. Next, from the Netherlands, we have this NS livery type GS box wagon with post printed on it, as per Epoch 4 around 1999. This is quite expensive for just a 4-wheel box wagon at $42.99. However, this is a lovely little wagon, the so-called old-timer BP tanker from Belgium. Hailing from Epoch 3 around 1961, it's got lovely delicate extra parts added and comes in at $39.99. This is probably my favourite wagon of this release. Ideal for the BNSF loco shown earlier, there's this new BNSF 12-car hopper set, each with different numbers and a coal load included. You know this set is going to be expensive and it comes in at €539, but that is for what is basically an entire train if you think about it. A couple of special limited edition wagons now, with the first one being this, the age-old refrigerated wagon with some printing on it. This time it's for the International Model Railroading Day on December the 2nd, 2024. Different printing on each side of the commemorative wagon and being offered for $19.99. The other special wagon is this, a slightly different design of refrigerated wagon, but this time with, I think, a much better printed design on it. It's commemorating the 1933 catalogue with some of the amazing artwork in that publication replicated on the side of this wagon. Price here is quite high at $45.99. So that's it for HO scale, a massive range of great new models to choose from there. We now move on to Z gauge, something Marklin do quite well in spite of the tiny size. So this autumn Marklin are focused on the Rheingold service and have released this version of the E10.12 electric locomotive in the beige and cobalt blue paint scheme. This represents the machine from around 1962 to around 1963. Amazingly for this model, it's just 76mm long. It has working operational LED lights, plus you can run this with overhead wires as it's got pickup through the pantographs as well. Also it has all-wheel pickup and drive too. Quite incredible. The RRP here is $249. To go with this locomotive, Marklin have produced 2 coach packs, the first being this one. In this 3-coach pack you get a DSG Type WR4UM-62 humpback dining car. Fantastic look to that coach. Also included is an open seating coach and a compartment coach. They have flush fit glazing with silver window surrounds plus great printed decorations on all 3. Fitted with close couplers, these 3 coaches come in at €149 the pack. The second pack is this. Another 3 coaches, this time with a Vista Dome coach and 2 more compartment coaches with different running numbers. Again, it's €149 for this pack as well. And there's also this twin pack of type GI Dresden wagons that both have brakeman's cabs and weathering. Featuring the Sparkling Wine Company Kessler, this pack comes in at $79.99. Now this is a special steam locomotive being offered here. It's the DB Class 038 460 steam locomotive with a tub-style tender. This has actually been made out of bronze and features working LED lights as well. Incredible model with full working valve gear and at a size of just 98mm. It's an incredible achievement from Marklin to be able to produce this model at this scale, even down to the printing on it. This is available for a price of €349. Next in Z gauge is the rotary snowplow. I mentioned it in the HO scale. Here, measuring just 101mm long, it also features a revolving rotary plough and also supporting the Schwerin Museum. This one is priced at €179. And also in Z gauge is this class 383 Vectron. We mentioned it earlier too in HO scale. This time it has directional lights and measures 86mm long. It can be yours for €269. Now we come on to the huge Gauge-1 scale. Models for serious collectors here, and Marklin this autumn are releasing an all-new tooling version of the Class 151 electric locomotive. It's going to be offered in a range of liveries, and even the Class 162 variant in Hector rail livery. Each one has an incredible amount of detail, features and added parts. One thing I particularly like is the operating pantographs. I wonder how long it will be before we see that on their HO scale models. It's just off the scale what Marklin have produced here, basically something that's museum quality but commercially available. But of course it comes with a hefty price tag of €3,299. Certainly something you need to have a think about before buying, but what an incredible model. Gauge-1 doesn't end there though, because also being released is the Class VT 88.9 railcar, or the pig snout as it's known. There's going to be 6 variations of this, but we've only been shown this version, the DB maroon livery from Epoch 3. Mostly CAD renderings at the moment though, but we do know it's an all-metal body and chassis with added brass parts. The doors will be motorised to open and close, and of course all the lights work, and the sound too. A really funny looking thing, lots of fun, and yours for a hefty €2,650. And that was it for the Mammoth model announcement. One last thing is that the 2025 Marklin Tricks calendar is also now available with some great model photos. Makes a great gift at $19.95. So that was it. What a great selection of models, some of the best in the world I think, and great to see such variety across different scales. Once I find out more info and get UK prices, I'll update on this channel, so the best way to keep informed of model railway news and reviews is by hitting that subscribe button now. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up too, and just to end, I'll say I'm not associated with or make any money from Marklin to do this video. Thanks for watching, I'll see you on the next one. See ya!